don't know how to say, but if we are able to absorb and then support people who come up with ideas, tech ideas, I think it will be very positive. Just as you mentioned, the yoga guy who is also building his platform, yeah, if you have people supporting him to do his work, I think it will be bright. And we have to actually create systems that would help students. Okay.
Hello guys, welcome to kwekutech. If today is your first time here, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and the notification icon below. So today with me, I have with me Kelvin. I'll let him introduce himself. Kelvin, you're welcome to kwekutech.
Thank you, kwekutech.
Can you introduce yourself for my audience?
Okay, so I'm Kelvin fosu, and then I am a micro-learning instructional developer, and I come from Elmina, but I was born in Accra. Accra, yeah. And I've had my education mostly in the art field, but somewhere along the line I moved into programming, and so I've been combining the two, arts and then programming. So for the art side, I do Adobe Illustrator, and then Figma, that's UI UX, and then for the programming side, I'm more geared towards Python programming.
So how did the journey begin?
Well, personally, I do think a lot about how life is. Okay, so I try to listen to trends and then try to see how to understand how the world is built. Okay, so just like we have the introduction of like these phones, first they were square, but now we have rounded corners for phones, and then vertical videos for TikTok. So now people prefer vertical videos. So these kind of trends inform me as to how to like how the world is evolving. So for me to understand this thing, I need to venture into programming. Yeah, so I moved to programming, and then I've been trying to. So anything that bothers me, I try to learn it, and then I work around it. Mostly either programming. For the art side, it helps me to actually calm my thinking. Yeah.
So how has it been transforming from the art side to programming?
So for the programming, I don't do that always. So and then so mostly I'm doing like I'm geared towards like learning, e-learning. Okay, so I create these courses like Python programming courses for the e-learning platform. That's Udemy and the likes, and then the arts too. I do same for that. So as at when something bothers me, probably maybe might be here, I might study this particular setup and then look at the shapes, basically rectangle, circles, and then I'll go to Adobe Illustrator and then do the same thing. When it comes to programming, maybe I want to understand how to extract text from videos or from images. Yeah. And then I go online, look for some Python packages and then play with that. Yeah, so I've been working around these days.
So if I understand you very well, you don't do programming as in coding and those kind of things.
Yeah. So that's for not for people, but I do for myself, trying to understand how. So if a new technology comes and I want to understand how it works, I try to go online and then just look for packages. So mostly it's Python. Look for packages. I think we have piper.org. It has a lot of packages there. You read the documentation and then it helps you to build any project that you want. Yeah. But I do help students in their project. They come up with ideas and then I nurture them and the likes with their projects. Yeah.
So are you a freelancer or you work with a company or something?
I work with Ghana Tech Lab, but I also do my personal things, which is the anybody can develop. Okay, so that was actually, I think it's been 5 years since I founded that. Okay, I actually did it with a number of students, like little children, from I think 3 years to let's say 13. Yeah, so we're into code. Okay, so it was like ABC, okay, code, and then the students actually got interested in like computers. So they when they discover some technology, they bring it, and then I study it, and then I come up with a curriculum on it, and then
Okay.
I teach that. Okay. So it came to be what ABCD, so anybody can develop. So we try to not limit to code, but we venture into arts, science, 3D, um, anything. So it's a
Okay.
general thing. So our main concept is to democratize education, and then trying to make sure that um, everyone gets to understand concepts. So we are looking at simplifying complex things.
Okay.
Yeah, so which is how come like anybody can develop. But that name actually came when a colleague of I, Andy, he works with Girls Education Institute of Ghana.
Okay.
We were on our way to Kumasi for um, a hackathon at Kumasi, and then that's Kane University. And then in the VIP, he mentioned because by then I was under him. The
Okay.
NGO was sponsoring our program.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was under him. I report to him, and then he was asking me about the ABC. He was saying anybody can code. I don't know, but then I told him it's not because the students are bringing up new ideas. So we are not like coding. We are into other projects and things. So we just in ABCD, anybody can develop. And then yeah, so since then I've been using anybody can develop. Yeah.
So how has it been like managing your own organization and those kind of things as a
Yeah.
tech here in Ghana?
Okay, so I mostly do everything on my own. So from my YouTube, from my the arts, I do everything on my own. It's very daunting, but I try to manage it. Yeah, I try to manage it, and I do get some students that I teach online, and they actually are in support of whatever I do. So
Okay.
some volunteer to, I don't know, press courts. He actually gets me people to handle some sessions.
Oh.
Yeah, so like weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, we have people coming in to teach Python programming.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Saturdays and Sundays. Yeah, and then yeah, so basically it's mostly myself handling everything.
So for the tech aspect, do you do it for commercial use or it's also just for teaching or?
It's for teaching. It's for teaching. It's just recently that people were saying I should. Uh, okay, so I'm more of like a philanthropy humanitarian kind.
Okay.
So I was geared towards making things free, but to sustain like your business, you have to have a business model.
Okay.
Yeah. So in August, I tried the business model, and um, as soon as revenue was coming up, it got banned. I mentioned that to you, it got banned,
Yeah.
and then um, yeah, so I had to change to a different um, platform that's Shepherd. It's a website that my brother and I are building. Actually, that was discovered in 2017 when I was doing my service. And then Shepherd, I was thinking of an e-learning platform that people can learn in their lives. Okay, but I had to put that down. And then just this year when we had a ban, I had to, I would say, resurrect it. Yes,
Okay.
so I had to bring that project back, and then yeah, currently we are working on the UI and everything. And I think for now, what we have to do, or my brother and I are planning to do, is to make it private. Okay, so my courses will be there, and then we'll test the system, test
Okay.
with a number of people before we roll it out to the public.
Okay.
Yeah,
So when it's being rolled out to the public, it means other people can also
yeah,
register and be part
yeah.
be
They
on
can
the
register to take the courses, or they can also register as instructors.
test. Okay.
Yeah. So first, for now, um, the instructors will be people that I know can handle certain things. So their courses will be on the platform. And when we actually test the system, test the market, and then see the outcome, if it's positive, then we can allow people to also be instructors. Yeah, you just have to register, upload your courses, and yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this: being an instructor or a tutor in Ghana here, in the aspect of tech, how do you see the future of technology in Ghana?
Okay, so for the future of technology in Ghana, um, I don't know how to say, but if we are able to absorb and then support people who come up with ideas, tech ideas, I think it will be very positive. Just as you mentioned, the you guy who is also building his platform, yeah, if you have people supporting him to do his work, I think it will be bright. And we have to actually create systems that would help students. Okay, um, also build their own systems. Yeah, mostly people would outsource projects. Personally, I also outsource projects. Okay, like I'm also into gaming. Yeah,
Okay.
so one thing I didn't mention is the gaming is I get people so to support my NGO, like the philanthropy or humanitarian thing I'm doing. I was thinking venturing to gaming would actually fetch me money to support the ABCD. Yeah, so I ventured into gaming. I come with a gaming idea, then uh, Fiverr, I'll source it on Fiverr, and then I'll pay the person. And but that one too, I also got some ban, and one too, I sold the source code, and then the person didn't send in the money. Yeah, the money is still locked up. Also had partnership with a number of companies, but I don't know. Everything just keeps
So
locking. So I
since
have monies.
your life is full of maybe
Yeah,
bounce, 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 bounce.
but the monies are just locked up somewhere. Uh,
But
so
do you think the youth of the nation get the needed support they can when it comes to tech?
okay, so when it comes to tech, there are lots of companies taking up roles like GIZ and the like. Yeah, Ghana Tech Lab, um, the Girls Education Institute of Ghana. Okay, they're also trying to introduce tech into the system, like helping people to be technologically like savvy. Um, but it also boils down to the youth. Are they ready to take up such roles? Yeah. Also, does the government is the government supporting things like because let's say if you are doing some freelancing in technology, um, payments might be an issue, internet
Yeah,
might be an issue. For payment, you all know PayPal is not supported in Ghana
yeah,
unless maybe I think you use the business kind of PayPal. I've tried a business one, it worked, and then I also got banned.
yeah, yeah.
But someone in Ghana uses the business one and it works for him, but for me, I don't know why it got banned. Yeah, so these are like blocks that could hinder people from venturing into like freelancing in the tech field and the likes. So I think payments gateways can help people to like because money is involved, it actually helps people to give out their best. Yeah. So factors like payments, if it's well made so that people can get paid for their efforts. I think it would also help people to encourage the youth to also venture into technology as like a freelancing opportunity. Yeah, because companies do reach out to me for like consultancy about the tech space. Okay, and then like that's for freelancing, and
Okay.
I do mention to them like these are the problems that they might face if they come to train people to be freelance or freelancers. Yeah. So personally, I think the payment is one key issue. There are several of them, but payment is the main thing for me now. Yeah.
So what advice would you give to people who are entering, who want to enter into tech, or people who are already in?
Okay, so if you are entering to tech, I'd advise you need a community. You also need to like you need to do a lot of read documentations, and also you should have what's the name? It should help people build their projects. Yeah, with that, it counts like you get experience, get to know how to solve problems because the whole concept of programming, personally, my training was to what for to solve societal problems. Any other thing maybe is secondary, but the primary goal of like technology or computer science is to solve societal problems. That's my upbringing because I had some training from Google, that's MIT, and then throughout the lessons, they made mention of that, like solving societal problems. They actually term it as computational action. So you use the power of technology to solve societal problems. Yeah. So one key thing is to, if you don't, the money would come if your product actually solves problem. WhatsApp is solving a lot of problems, communication. Like when WhatsApp, I think within this week, WhatsApp went off for
Yeah,
I think two
yeah,
hours and this,
yeah.
and it was a global something. Look at the way it's affected a lot of things. Yeah, so WhatsApp is solving a problem. So you too should have the mindset to solve a societal problem. And I think the money will come as you solve societal problems.
The last question for our days.
Like okay, yeah. So solve societal problems with either technology or any field that you find yourself in. The main thing is to just solve societal problems. Yeah.
Thank you. Your social media handles for people who like to follow you.
My social media handles. I don't keep them offhand, but I know everything should be like anybody can develop. YouTube. I think YouTube introduced the handle. So I yesterday I changed it to I think at any BCD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Facebook is anybody can develop or ABCD for all. Yeah, ABCD for all. The rest I'm mostly on either YouTube, Facebook, and then LinkedIn is for professional things. So yeah.
Guys, thank you very much for this episode. I'll be leaving the social media handles under the screen for you to follow him. Please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and the notification icon. Peace.